one of those mornings where I just don't know.
Stop. Every time we start.
But it really is that. I'm not joking around. What's your camera look like? Do I need to come right there and look at it?
No.
Huh? No. Oh, this is an old... Should I just take the cover off?
At this point.
Yep. All right. Cover's going. Oh, my Lanta. Talk, love, so I can get myself situated. I guess I should have had this.
Sunday.
Sunday. Coming to Cecil County Dragway.
Oh,
go ahead.
Yeah, Sunday. We watched football yesterday. Jeff got in his last day of the week. No, move it in.
A little bit, maybe.
There?
Yeah.
Is that better?
I think so. I had to figure out which one's which. All right. Continue, love. Continue.
And, watched some football last night. Ravens did lose. Oh,
Nasty
doesn't
weather.
really matter.
Nasty weather, and they sat everybody anyway.
Oh, my gosh. It looked... Glad it wasn't me. Sunday, 1 o'clock, game start again. Getting close to playoffs. But Ravens are in.
You got your glasses on your... Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I am listening to you. Mm-hmm. It's not idle chatter.
Got my glasses what?
You got your glasses handy, right? Because you are going to read.
Oh, yay. Hasn't got big scientific words in there, does it?
I don't think so. No, it's just the one word we always talk about. Well, I always say a lot, and I think it's maybe because you've been around me way too long. You kind of know. Love, salute.
Cheers.
You kind of know what it means already. So, but maybe when I say it, I said it in the duck book.
It means what? What are we talking
Well,
about?
I haven't said the word yet. Oh, that's good.
Dusty.
I've said the word. I have said the word often because generally I talk about Seaducks, specifically Scoter, daily. Well, at least in the boat daily. I probably talk about Seaducks daily, regardless, right?
Yeah.
Probably 365 days a year.
Probably.
Right? I mean, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Breakfast was really good this morning. Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to get back on track at some point.
We will. First, I want to say this is the Pitboss Podcast brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods, our very good friends at Crabs to Go. You better keep me straight. Our good friends at Turtle Box. Our also very good friends at Gunner Kennels. Our very good friends at Duck Blind Bistro. Our very good friends at Dirty Duck Coffee. Molly's actually happens to be out of Dirty Duck Pitboss, Duck Boat Dark. Somebody sent me a screenshot this morning about that, so get on that.
World's largest.
Oh, Steve Hoover. He smacked me upside my head. I'm looking forward to seeing Steve at the Harrisburg Outdoor Show. Duck Water Boats, Whaley of Wagon Tails, and sometimes Pitboss Waterfowl. All right.
Pass me a piece of that tape down there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Can you catch?
Yep. Thanks.
Oh, good catch, love. You need a Sharpie or anything?
No, I just don't want this corner of this table to tear up my
No, we don't want
my
that here.
Wonderful Sitka jacket.
Yeah.
Which I love.
With the beautiful
Little
Molly's
shop.
logo on it. The outdoor studio, we're not outdoors, but we're in shop, and the doors are open over your right shoulder, Karen, kind of and or behind you. Actually, where the T350 and the F350 are sitting. I can see that now, officially. It's not that cold. I got flip-flops on. You said you were worried about my feet.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
You're kind of acclimatized to it, too.
Yeah. Sort of, kind of. Okay. This is a topic that comes up quite often. We're going to talk about Seaducks today.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. But first, let's talk about this. This has come to the point of my season, so when I did take the deep breath and all that kind of sort of thing, man, we just got over a little bit of weather. Thankfully, yesterday, we were on and off the ocean before it got nasty. And it really kicked in. I can see all the flags standing straight out right now. It's going to continue. I don't know if tomorrow's is going to get in or not. One day hunt. But here's my dilemma. Tuesday and Wednesday, it just looked totally jacked up, right?
For options A, B, and C.
Yeah, really everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That was funny what that guy said on Instagram. Did you see his comment?
no, what did he say?
Oh, just about, because you had mentioned like option B, and he said, well, option A. Anyway, you have to read it.
No, what
It
did he
was-
say? Because I don't.
Oh, I have to find it. It's on my
Oh.
phone. Anyway, I thought it was pretty comical.
This is related to what?
To the weather and you being able to get out there. It's
Okay.
in your morning. This is
Oh,
day.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm in a text right now about that, and they're like, well, what's option B? I just wrote back, windy. So what do I do? I guess my conscience, you're gonna get me on this one.
Okay.
Because you're gonna say I shouldn't say it, but my conscience might be not 100% clean and clear on a few topics out there,
Okay.
right? But my conscience is clean about taking people's money.
Yeah.
Right.
You want to provide the best.
Yeah, I always want it to be as advertised.
Yes.
And Tuesday, Wednesday is not going to be as advertised. They've already told me we have our flat fee for the boat, which and you say that I don't explain it correctly, but I don't know how else idiot proof
okay.
it. But like he brought up to me of like, hey, well now it's not 4 of us, it's only 3 of us.
Right.
Well, it's still if it was 1 of you, it's still the same cost. Like
For 4 people, up to 4 people to get into that boat is.
And I even have written out 1-2-3-4 is. So it doesn't matter. I don't do it to gouge anybody.
Right.
But it's not, I've done this way back in the day when I jumped from the 17 to the 21-foot boat. Just a flat fee.
Yep.
That way I don't have to, with the 17, like, I could have a windfall week where like the boat was full, and then I could have a week where like I had 1 person.
Right.
Like, F that. We're going to modernize this.
Yep.
And it's a flat fee.
Yeah.
So
Your expenses don't change.
I don't have multiple boats. I don't have multiple guides. It's not about volume. It's about the quality,
Yep.
not quantity.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
So there, in fact, is my dilemma of what do I do for Tuesday, Wednesday. So I don't know.
We've definitely put in a couple of trips over to the Chesapeake when, the Atlantic was, not doable for safety reasons.
Yeah, but even on Tuesday may be okay to do that. Let me turn this one down a little bit. Tuesday may be okay to do that, but Wednesdays,
Yeah.
Wednesday night, like 45 pushing 50-mile-an-hour winds.
And this week's group enjoyed the change, like to go
Yes,
over
they
there.
did. Yeah. We get to get over there, and you see skipjacks. And if someone does not know what a skipjack is, it is a old-timey Chesapeake Bay boat. Google it. Check it out. Skipjack is basically a flat bottom boat, sail powered, and it is an oyster boat. And they dredge, have two dredgers on each side of the boat. And back in the day before gas power, they did it under sail power. The kind of the neat little twist is currently is that these guys have basically they have a boat, 8-foot boat, 10-foot boat that has a motor in it, and this boat pushes the skipjack, and they're able to do that. They have to sail. Although everybody tells me this, I've never seen one under sail power.
Really?
But supposedly one day a week they're supposed to be under sail power, which I'm not seeing.
Just a different permit or something.
Yeah, I think basically
Different skipjack
they
for
allow them
harvesting.
to. Excuse me, this is part of that text that. The dogs are gonna. Can I have some duct tape for my head to hold it together?
What?
No, I thought the dogs were really going to go off, and I just got a text. So, skipjacks.
Yep.
I'm told that and I'm an oyster lover, enjoyer, consumer, not a connoisseur,
No.
enjoyer. Yeah,
Yeah,
But I'm not-
particularly the fried kind.
yeah. But I'm not an expert on 100% oyster practices. But I'm told if under sail power, they allow them to go into, shall we say, better areas than the normal tongers.
Okay.
So, but they get to have a little boat that pushes their big boat around.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, back to you're getting off topic.
Yeah, reel me back in.
So it was back. So whether option A, B, C, Chesapeake was an option this week. The people enjoyed it, so that was nice. But
Yeah,
this week,
different change of pace. Well, as I sat there, anyway, yeah, It's always easy to tell somebody, hey, we should be someplace else doing this, that, or the other when we're not there. But yesterday did work out very good. So, Seaducks. Seaducks, specifically Scoter. This is what I want to talk about. Because I've had a couple people say, we need to talk about ducks.
Yeah, you're the
ducks,
non-expert expert.
the dogs, and the decoys, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody told me I was going to be able to have that webpage, but I don't have that webpage today, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But, love, I've got page 22 opened of, I don't know what.
Yeah, what is it called?
Huh?
On the spine.
This is, if you're a decoy carver, and Cedar Swamp Nick, I made sure I got him one of these books. George Williams taught me this way back in the day. This happens to be an original first edition from 1942. Because this book still is in existence, The Ducks, Geese, and Swan of North America. Okay. The Belrose copy, not so good. For what I like it for. This is the Francis H. Corkwright with a K. Mm-hmm. This is his edition. And this book is, if it goes through each duck, even has a memorial in there for the Labrador duck.
Okay.
But it goes through each duck. If you've never held one in hand, if you take your time and read what he writes, you should be able to paint it, know it, exactly what it is. But what I want you to read for everyone is on page 22. Okay. I don't want to hit anything as I...
Yep, got it.
All right. So, don't start reading yet. Because the one thing I always say, and I get this a lot too, about, hey, we're looking for birds to mount, when's the best plumage, on and on and on. Mm-hmm. Well, Scoter are the only duck that do not have an eclipsing, I think it's really more eclipsed plumage. Sometimes they say an eclipsing plumage, but I say they don't have eclipsing plumage. So and they're the only duck that I know of that do not have an eclipsed plumage. They don't go through that cycle.
Does everyone know what?
Well, I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that because, love, let me lead you.
Okay.
Can I lead you, please?
Go ahead.
All right. So when I say this in the boat, sometimes people look at me like, oh, what's eclipse plumage? Mm-hmm. And you hanging out with me enough. Mm-hmm. Let's just put it before we start reading. Mm-hmm. What happens to Drake mallards in the summertime?
They get ugly.
Okay. And that is their eclipsed plumage. Mm. So have at it, love, please.
From the beginning?
From the beginning. Well, just kind of skim through it. It says eclipse right from the get-go,
So the
right?
chapter is molts and plumages of the ducks. Molts of the adult duck, the eclipse plumage.
Eclipsed with a...
Just eclipse.
Eclipse.
Plumage.
Mm. Okay.
So in the early summer, as soon as the females are well established in their incubation duties, the males of most of the ducks desert them, gather into flocks by themselves, and proceed to molt their bright winter plumage. During this molt, the brilliant plumage of the males is gradually replaced by a somber, inconspicuous dress, which in most cases is almost identical with that of the adult female. This plumage is known as the eclipse plumage.
Eclipse with an S.
Just eclipse.
All right, eclipse. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, I'm going to have to change my verbiage.
The molt, which results in the eclipse plumage, is known as the postnuptial or eclipse molt.
Okay.
It consists of a complete molt of the body, tail, and wing feathers. Continue.
Is there more information, do you think?
It's quite a long chapter.
Well, I mean,
I'll have to read through it, kind of thing.
Okay, well, you do that. So, in the nutshell, basically what happens is, like, again, we'll use Drake mallards. Drakes and hens look.
Chapter.
Oh,
the next paragraph is.
Well, I was going to say drakes look like hens. They all both look the same. They're hard to tell apart. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it says when the Drake mallard, for example, is in full eclipse, no trace whatsoever remains of the bright green head, chestnut chest, or plain grey breast and sides. All these bright colours and distinctive markings have been exchanged for the plumage, which is identical with that of the drab-looking female. That's insulting. Mm. This female-like eclipse plumage...
Love, time out, 1942. What do you want? Go ahead.
This female-like eclipse plumage is worn for about 1 month. While the molt is at its height, the males lose their flight feathers. These are shed simultaneously with the birds. And the birds are rendered flightless until the flight feathers are replaced. The wing feathers of the male, which are shed during the eclipse molt, are renewed, unchanged in color and form, the wing being the only feature which does not take on the aspect of that of the female. Hmm. Interesting.
And we kind of know that too, not that we're goose experts, but that kind of falls in line with when they lose their primaries and they can't fly. Basically, the goslings are big enough. I think everybody kind of gets their primaries or flight feathers at the same time. So
Yeah, you kind of educated that on me from where we used to live.
I was going to say we're not in that hellhole anymore, so we don't really get to see that. But when we were there, we did see it, right?
Yes, yeah, it was kind of educational for me, for you to point at the different stages, for sure.
All right. So that said, that is what eclipse plumage is. And Scoter specifically do not go through that. I don't know why. And I guess while I'm rambling, if you want to open up to a Scoter, like any of the Scoter, maybe it would actually, maybe he probably gets it. Go ahead. There's more?
Something here about old squaw and ruddy ducks.
Well, old squaw do have eclipse plumage. Because actually on old squaw, interestingly enough, during the winter, what is white, during the summer is black. They're almost like a negative or a reverse of each other.
It says here that old squaw and ruddy duck have distinct and different plumages for both winter and summer. Some ornithologists claim that the winter plumage of the old squaw is its nuptial or breeding plumage, and its summer plumage is really a prolonged eclipse plumage. It's also held that the female-like winter plumage of the ruddy is a prolonged eclipse plumage.
Yeah, that's kind of, so in the ruddy duck, everybody wants to get that, and/or decoy carvers paint that Drake ruddy duck in like a really rusty color, bright blue bill. In the wintertime, during duck season, those are hard to find. You want to shoot one of those bad boys, head to Mexico like late February, early March, and I have not done it, but that's what I would say. My uneducated opinion and advice is that's where you need to go to shoot that bird. It's almost like a Drake blue wing. Easter, that's when a Drake blue wing is at his
blue wing teal.
Yeah, blue wing. I'm sorry. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Drake blue wing teal. Yes. If you want to open up to Scoter, maybe it'll tell. It doesn't. They picked surf Scoter actually.
I'm looking.
All right. So that said, if you watch and follow along with the videos, well, specifically the last 2 days, basically they truly just did want to shoot Drake. So in yesterday's light, it was very difficult. Most of those videos are up on Instagram. I've got a few more to go through here today just because I'm slow. And/or we watched football, and/or I fell asleep yesterday afternoon late.
It's kind of interesting book. I do love illustrations.
So
there are a couple in here.
So if you go in the very back, now they are just illustrated, but the color plates are in the very back. And it does, there you go. Yep. And it does kind of help dial you in. So specifically what I'm going to talk about, if you find the surf Scoter there specifically, or really any of the Scoters, the first, and again, this is,
What?
I'm thinking about how I'm entertaining myself, and I'm thinking about how do I want to describe this. I have a lot of college credit hours, but I have a degree in nothing.
You're very smart. You don't need a college degree.
Well, I was going to say this is a very, how about this? This is practical knowledge, education, educatedly, what?
Just found a canvas back.
Oh. And/or I've had PhDs back me up and help me learn this, what I'm about to say. So I mean, I guess the information I am about to spew could be classified as useless, but I have had people back me up on this stuff over the years. So that's kind of how. What am I trying to say, love? That's how I've learned this.
I have no idea.
You have no idea what I'm trying to say. Well, let me on that note, let me take another.
Okay.
All right. Okay. What am I trying to say? The first year Scoter, hen or Drake, has and if you read in there, you're the color plates or the actual description of the birds?
Well, I cannot find the description of the Scoter.
Well, just find surf Scoter. You can't find one?
Well, maybe is there an index in the back? Because I couldn't find it.
Well, probably,
yes, there is.
Yes, there is. He has I told you there's even he talks about a Labrador duck. I might even have you read, since you're such an awesome oral reader. I might have you read out loud. Well, while you're finding that, basically I would describe, so to call it black and white, I'd say the bellies are white, but they're more of like a buff white. Mm-hmm. Can you see a juvenile bird?
Pictures or in the description?
Description. What's a juvenile Scoter? And specifically, I'm going to keep yakking, spewing, and when you find it, you're good. But basically, to my verbiage, it's a dirty white belly. The Drake or hen has a dirty white belly. It doesn't matter. It's this year's hatch. It's this year's hatch with a white belly. That's key number one to tell, is it a mature bird? Because everybody wants to say, oh, I shot a hen. Well, you need to look at it because it's got a white belly. It could be a drake. Specifically, again, Scoter that have a white belly, a dirty white belly, you're going to read what he says, what Frank Corcoran says about it. But basically, my words, it's a dirty white belly, kind of a buff-colored belly, and their tail feathers are not completely filled or full. Some of them are even like
V, right?
Well, let's talk about the length of them.
Okay.
They're all not. Sometimes there's these little angled little feathers shooting out that don't have them. Tom Matus back in the day taught me that there should be 13 tail feathers in there, and there's probably not 13. And if there are 13, the tips are not full. I call it a V notch. Maybe Frank Corcoran will say it some other way. But what does a juvenile surf scoter look like? What's the description?
Juvenile surf scoter. So it is, in first autumn, the sexes are alike and similar to adult female, but without whitish patch on back of head. The two light patches on side of head, often clear white.
Excuse me 1 second. That's Fred West forms.
Often clear white. Breast pale grey or whitish. During first winter, sexes begin to differentiate, males becoming blacker and females browner.
All right. Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, a little bit.
During spring, young males...
Okay, stop. All right, stop. So in that winter, this winter, birds that were hatched in the summer have that buff white belly. I don't think it really said that. I've had people over the years tell me a very mature hen, a surf scoter, excuse me, a very mature hen does have quite a bit of white on the back of their head. And people were telling me it's an immature drake. No, that's a very mature hen. Because she has I would describe it as a chocolate brown color on its back as well as its belly. And they do have white on the back of their head.
Okay.
So, and you did read in there where they start to show characteristics of a drake or a hen. So that we shot one yesterday, a common Scoter. That was definitely this year's bird. It's brown. It's got the white belly. Its tail feathers are not full. Its tail is not 100% yet. But in its bill, you can see where the yellow where it should be. And we had a drake sitting there.
I should go get one.
No. And you can sit there and you can see exactly that that's a drake. But basically it sort of looks like a hen, if you will.
Yeah, the yellow. It was just coming in yellow.
Yep,
That's the one that...
And the same thing with drake surfs, where again they're brown, and I'm all over the place. These drakes start to have some black feathering in them. A black feather here, a black feather there. Sometimes maybe the heads are starting to be black, or quite noticeably black, where the rest of the bodies are brown. Okay. But definitely you can see in the surf scoter the bill will be white. You can see where the color would sort of is going to kind of be. You definitely can see the black ovalish square on the sides of the bill that are close to the face, and it is that. Sometimes you'll shoot a drake surf that basically it looks like a drake surf, except he just doesn't have white on his head yet. He has no white cape on the back and or the forehead. And the very last thing, the birds that are just 3 years old, I don't know if I said this, did I say it takes 3 years for them to become 100%?
I don't think so.
So in a Scoter, it takes drakes 3 years to become 100%. So when you shoot a drake Scoter that looks like how he should look, he's at least 3 years old.
Okay.
You will shoot, I don't see it in the common Scoter as much, but definitely in the surf Scoter, drakes, you'll see that maybe just has just a tad of white in his forehead, and or the tip of the bill, the colors aren't vibrant in the bill, and or there's still some black in the tip of the bill, like in the nail.
Okay. Do you think it's harder to distinguish a juvenile from an adult in a common versus a surf? No, still the same. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't really know. You're supposed to quote, and you probably can find it in there. Is vent, VENT, where like you open them up and see do they have a clitoris or a penis? I guess. Yeah, definitely penis. It would be a drake or a hen. Nobody's ever showed me how to do that.
Okay.
Hutch Walbridge way back in the day. I don't know if Hutch is still with the state of Maryland or not, but he was pretty good at that. But yeah, basically you kind of turn their I don't know what you would call it, but anyway, you turn their junk inside out, and you can see whether it has a clitoris or a penis.
I'm just looking here quick, see if I can see anything about it, but I don't.
No, it's to me, and white wings. We just don't get that many white wings, so I can't talk uneducatedly about a white wing as uneducatedly I can talk about a surf scoter or a common scoter.
There's definitely some interesting stuff here.
Oh, it's a good book, and again, it's more specifically for me not being the artist. It definitely, you can really read. Are you reading kind of how he describes them in the field or in hand?
In hand description.
Yeah, basically, he just tells you exactly what the colors are from. And that's what I meant in the beginning when, like, if you've never held whatever the duck would be, if you read his, I think he calls it in hand or in the field.
He has in flight, on the water.
Nope. Actually, I think it would be in the beginning of that chapter for the surf scoter. If you go right back to where it was talking about probably right before, as he describes the juvenile, it was, does it say adult? And
adult male.
Yeah. What's it say about it?
Winter plumage.
Yeah. Keep going. What's the winter plumage?
Head and neck, black except for white patch on forehead.
That's what I'm talking about. So, like, if you didn't know what a surf scoter was.
Lacking in yearlings.
Yes. If you read all that, basically he is very descriptive to what the bird looks like in hand. Right?
Yep. Eclipse in plumage. There is no eclipse in plumage.
There you go. He backs me up too.
Instead, there is a partial prenuptial molt in March and April involving the body feathers and tail, the white feathers on the nape. During complete postnuptial molt in August and September, the flight feathers are shed and the birds are incapable of flight until these are renewed.
100%.
But they still look the same.
Yeah, but I tell people they still molt their primaries. They that still happens, but they don't do the Drake mallard where it looks like the hen, right? That's the whole that's the whole point of eclipse plumage. Right?
Very interesting.
Does it make sense?
Yep. Does it come in audiobook version?
I don't know. 1942 is pretty old. It's older than me, love, and I'm old. How about that? And again, so here's the difference. That book still is in existence. It was reprinted. There's many different publishing dates on that book, which I have actually in the paint room. I have one that I don't really. There's probably one of I don't want to tell you how many 1942 versions I have of that.
Of course, you have multiple versions of the same thing.
No, but it's a cool book.
It is.
Right? But it's still, you can find it today. Ducks, Geese, and Swan in North America. The Belrose edition doesn't have all that type of information in it. Okay. And I don't know how or why it was reprinted.
It's pretty old.
It is. Can you find Labrador duck?
I will try. Let's see.
We are, I got confused the other day. I think Christmas messed me up.
You got confused?
Yeah. I did get confused.
Labrador duck, $2.95.
So my morning video that I do on Instagram, day number of 60, I said it was day 39 of 60 on Friday. And Saturday morning early, I was in the calendar looking to see we're in January. And January is going to kind of fly by for me, I think. January is going to kind of fly by. And so I started counting dates. And I'm like, wait a second. I think I may be a day ahead of myself. And I went back. So actually Saturday was officially day 39 of 60. Tomorrow, Monday, will be day 40 of 60. So It's been a good season dealing with the wind. Just is what it is. Can't.
Yeah, you're doing good, though.
Oh, yeah.
You've got in most of your days so far. We've been kind of lucky, really.
It's just next couple here are going to be a little challenging. Just tomorrow morning, it's a one-day hunt, 5 guys, and just need to see, I don't know. They're going to drive 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon, so maybe by 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, kind of dial them in and see what's what. I don't know. It depends. Tuesday, Wednesday are coming from Florida and Georgia, and I get the cost and expense. I guess just, I don't know, wanting to be, I guess how would I want to be treated is the way I do treat people, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, I might smack you around a little bit, but
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Love, do I smack you?
No.
Or maybe just on your ass.
Dookie won't let you.
Well, we had a little bout this morning where you were pounding on me, and he kind of just
I was
went,
rubbing his back. And
then I pounded on you, and he went off.
Yeah.
I didn't pound on you. I was just like,
yeah. Just pretending. But Duke does not like that.
Yeah. Love, just for the record, officially, I've never been physically abusive.
No.
Verbally?
I wouldn't be
love,
here.
Love, verbally?
All right. Labrador duck. Ye have robbed, ye have slaughtered and made an end. Take your ill-got plunder and bury the dead, says Sir Henry Newbolt.
That's it. When was the last one shot? 1845 on, I can't tell you where on Long Island, New York. Does it say specifically? 1849? No. 1845, 43? 1858?
75.
1875?
Yep.
Damn, I thought it was 45.
The specimen was supposed to have been bred in a restricted range on the south coast of Labrador Peninsula and wintered on the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia to New Jersey. That's sad.
Well, I need to carve a Labrador duck. I've carved one way back in the day. I still have it. It's a 2002 model.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do have a small eclectic collection of Labrador ducks. And I think there's only like 7 mounts in existence today from 1875. 1875?
1875.
All right. I'm going
to. A specimen since lost is said to have been taken at Elmira, New York in 1878. So,
well,
I don't know.
You know what I like to think, Love?
What?
Childishly?
What?
There's still one flying around out there.
Yeah, you kind of.
How could you say
like Bigfoot?
Yeah. Exactly. How do you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean,
it's kind of sad. We just need to make sure that these, when they put regulations up there, it's for a reason, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Just like the reduction in the Seaducks.
Yes.
Josh's estate. I said, man, when they did away with the whole sea duck, I guess I'm going to make it public or semi-public to the 10 people that are listening to us or watching us on YouTube, right? Oh, Ren's in the house. Ren's in the house.
A busy little fellow.
Nope. See, look, he's on. He just went under the T350. They're in there, bug eaters, man. Which I guess that's a good thing.
I know, but they also leave behind a whole lot of.
There's freaking bird poop everywhere. Yep. Oh, another one just came in. He did. We have to make some little boxes. They're like more like in pottery things.
Really?
Yep. You should Google that. We're going to make a couple for the spring.
What, that are facing outwards, right? No.
Yeah,
not just sitting like a pod.
Yeah, it has to be horizontal.
Yeah.
And they take sticks and jam little sticks. You remember at GAMS, right? You remember? Yeah, you can attest to all the junk that was on the carport, right? Yeah. I had one of these. Probably maybe is one of these plastic shelves. Had all kinds of stuff on it, and one got up in there and like in amongst some junk that was sitting on the shelf, it built this little stick nest.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, they're neat little birds, Carolina
plenty
wrens.
Of sticks and plenty of wrens.
Yeah. Where am I at, Love?
I know. We're talking about regulations. Oh, and
yes,
unofficially.
Yeah. What?
You were saying unofficially, you'll tell the 10 people that are listening.
because so when they did each way back in the day with Larry, he retired, and Josh came in on the state.
Larry who and Josh who?
Hyndman and Holcomb.
Thank you.
I was, booking up, and I'd say, "Hey guys." Well, actually, way back in the day, Larry put it on my radar. He's like, "Hey man, it's coming. There's going to be no special Seaduck season." So each year I'd check in because Seaducks was always open, so it didn't matter. I didn't have to worry about my dates. Right? It's always open.
Yep.
107 days. I opened the first Saturday in October and went to the end of January. And he was very nice to me.
Yes.
Many people have been very nice to me. Us, but specifically me back in the day.
Yeah.
And I try to return that.
Yes.
Okay, so that said, I check in with him each year. He's like, nope. And the one year what's it looking like? It's coming. So that was the reduction in the special Seaduck season from 107 days to 60 days, which I say this a lot, but I'm going to repeat it anyway.
Yep.
And then current day they reduced it when Josh, and he's like, what do you think about it? Like, Josh, I said, man, like, you don't need to tell everybody I say this. It's a good thing. And he told me, he's like, I thought you would say that. It's like, yeah, it's for the betterment of the resource and the birds, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He says, we want 100 years from now, we want there still to be Scoter here. We don't want them to be the Labrador duck where they're,
Right. And tell me
Yes.
if I'm speaking out of place or shut me down, but I mean, during COVID, there was no counts being done, so they really did not know, how the species was doing.
Yeah, so yes, 100%. And I'm going to tell you that they haven't done the January flight yet, but I think that's how the Brant kind of got jacked up a little bit. Yeah. Because Brant is the only, when you say only or never or always, that's kind of hard to cover, hard to be true, right? But Brant is one of, maybe not the only, but it's the one of the birds that they do not do anything. They banned them, but they do not do anything on the nesting grounds, like counting them, whatever. They're going to base the 24-25 season for Brant on the 23-24 winter count. Okay. You going to read on that?
Where do they nest? That's what I was kind of.
North, way north.
Brant.
You can check them out, Atlantic, because it'll say Pacific also. But basically, yeah. Right before COVID, Brant was 50 days, 2 birds, and there was 2 years that they didn't change it. I'm not blaming anybody, but I'm just stating facts that they didn't change it, but they didn't count. They didn't do a winter count on them either. And henceforth, currently, it is a 30-day 1-bird season. So, on the upside, although you and I have not witnessed it, I will slow down, Karen. On the upside, you and I have not witnessed this because all the places we always saw Brant are now there's houses and development, right? So all these little grassy spots that had water puddles on them that we you basically ride up and check them out, they're not there anymore. When we came back in the inlet yesterday, I text Jason Mumford and I were texting back and forth. It's the most Brant that I've seen. It was probably 300 to 400 birds in the inlet yesterday.
Wow!
On the south side, eating on the rocks, which was
that's good.
Nice to see. What are you going to read?
On their breeding grounds in the far north.
Atlantic Brant, go.
American Brant, it says. That's what it says, American Brant.
Okay. I've not heard it called the American.
Far north, these geese are often found nesting along with eider ducks. The nests are substantially built of mosses, lichens, and other vegetable matter.
Love, I believe it would be mosses, and I can't see the book.
M-O-S-S, okay.
Mosses.
Mosses. Lichens and other vegetable matter, with a plentiful lining of light greyish down. The shingle banks where little nesting material is available. The nest may be nothing more than a hollow among the stones. Yada, yada.
Yeah. But does it say where? You said north, but...
Yeah. I thought the whole eider duck thing was interesting, so that to me...
Got you sidetracked?
Yeah.
So once again, while you're messing around with that, if someone's interested, I'd say get on eBay, and you can find... Doesn't have to be the 19...
It's way up there.
Yeah,
this is like Greenland.
That's what I'm saying. It does not have to be the 1942 edition, but if you really enjoy... Geoff, Jeff Wood, do you have a book? You have one of these books? You know what, love? Maybe when he comes down, I might have an extra one to give him. Because I did get Nick one.
He would probably enjoy this.
Yeah, I think he would. Actually, there's another book I want to give him.
Okay. Are you going to write a book?
You know what? It's kind of always been on my radar because people tell you it's something that's not really, although it's dated, it's not really dated. And when C.L. Marshall called 3 days ago, it was kind of, it kind of,
yes, because he has written a book.
Many. Yeah. Way down on the down low. And I got the magazine, what's that magazine I get? I just got it.
The carving.
Yeah, Waterfowl. Yeah.
It's really nice.
There was, in the back, like Tom Matus has a couple books, and they publish stuff. So anyway, yeah, honestly, it has kind of been on my radar. Not that I'm an author of any sort.
Yeah. Yeah, it says American Brant and then Black Brant.
Yeah, okay, all right. So American would be what I'm calling Atlantic, and Pacific Brant, Black Brant, Pacific.
It's interesting.
Okay, good. So, if you're listening along to this, you might want to check this out. Again, you can pick these books up cheap, especially if it's not the $8, $5.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
On eBay. Come on.
Oh yeah.
The only thing is maybe the 1942, the first edition might be a little, bumped up a little bit, but you can. I think they did like 5 printings of it.
Okay.
So the one that I have actually, when I paint, figured I don't want to mess up a good one. I don't know.
And do
I value stuff too much? All right, stop that. What were you going to say? Stop that. What were you going to say?
I was just wondering if, like, a lot much of the wordage has changed over the years. Like things have become slang, like abbreviated. And do you think it's kind of as far as has the wordage changed much for the description of the birds, or have they done more research to change?
No, like he's telling you, if you go in the very beginning of that book, like all those, like it's a great book. Go to the front, like it breaks down the anatomy of the head, like it tells you
speeds, how fast they fly.
Actually, on the front side.
Hammersback is the fastest.
Somebody was texting me that this morning.
Holy heck.
Asking me.
72.
Okay, he said 70, but yeah, they're fast.
All right, sorry.
Oh, if you go to the front, like there's actually somewhere there's like maybe it's in the back, but there's like this little diagram pull-out thing that kind of unfolds, and it shows you the whole genus and species, like the whole breakdown of.
Yes.
Did you see that?
See that, yeah.
It's a good book. Yes, it's dated. It's
Aldo Leopold from the University of Wisconsin.
It's pushing 80 some years old, right? But it's all those terms, terminology. Is that it right there? Yep, that's it right there.
There it is.
All the terminology in that book, they're scientific and they're still used today. So
Okay.
I think.
You would think,
if that was your question.
But, science is science, right? Changes.
Yeah, I guess.
We learn more.
Do I value things too much? Some things?
Yes.
You sent me that damn reel of a guy throwing these old electric cords and stuff away. Why are you laughing?
Instagram. It was a very.
It was sad. That was stuff that was
funny.
Stuff that was good to him.
It was an Instagram of this guy, throwing a piece of wood away. It was just this.
No, it wasn't a piece of wood. It was all electric, like cables and things.
Okay, you didn't see the first one I sent you.
I just saw the one.
So he has a theme of like stuff that he's held onto for years, and it's a very dramatic of him going to his rolly dumpster and putting, not rolly dumpster, what is it, willy dumpster.
Damn, love, you know what you just made me think of?
And patting the lid. He's very, very sad that he had to throw this old crap away.
You know what you just made me think of?
What?
The roll-off's not sitting there. We put our bikes in that roll-off, and they just went to the dump. Perfectly good bikes.
Well, yours was better than mine, but yeah.
Well.
Yep.
All right, so here's another question. And
we tried to give them away, let me tell you.
100%.
We tried to give them away.
I did, Matt Wilson, he was messaging where I did say, I don't see him here currently. I know they're close. All those gas pistons for the CPH topper.
CPH?
Yeah, the dog topper that was on the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I did, he's so evidently, in the Maritimes in Canada, they still have a February Seaduck season. You just can't shoot eider. Okay. Jeff, Geoff Wood. Did you know that? I didn't know that. So you can still go shoot Scoter. And he was asking me, like, what's the Scoter look like, count, blah, 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 blah. And I said, hey, man, I said, just for cost of shipping, I said, you can have them all those pistons. I said, Karam's got them boxed up, and if he doesn't want them, we're going to 69 them. Is that good? Is that the correct terminology?
I
think it is. I think it's 69 of them. I think is the correct terminology.
I've got the bad mind then. What was the speeds again? I'm trying to figure out what.
No. It's not 69 them. It's deep 6 them. There you go.
What is it?
Deep 6 them, not 69 them. I don't know how would you love. Like, how would you do that? Look, how would you? All right.
I don't know.
So it's not. We're not going to 69 them. We're going to deep 6 them.
Deep 6 them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the crown.
So now I know why I could shoot a Canada goose.
Why?
44.3 miles per hour. Ground
Love,
speed.
your phone was standing in the decoys.
Well, because it was injured, I didn't want it to.
I'm talking about the very first one.
Oh, the very first.
Oh, man. Look, he is way over there by the refrigerator. Oh, really? Yes, the very first one. Man was just standing there. You're like, I don't want to shoot it. I was like, shoot that thing.
Yeah, because I got yelled at. And then you put it on Instagram, and everyone gave me heck for shooting a bird that was on the ground.
It was your first.
I had no idea. I was waiting for direction, and they gave it to me.
All right, so look, not that you are, but like it's like an 8-year-old shooting their first goose. They shot it, right? So you got to shoot.
And I felt horrible. Well. But I actually enjoy eating them. So.
What about the? It was out on our anniversary actually. That bird came in. I don't know what happened to him, man. He was freaking bleeding. Like I was like his butt.
Was this with Geoff?
Yeah, it was his left leg. It was his left leg down his left side. Like his butt was all. It was like freaking bright red. Do you remember?
Yeah, the foot.
I'm going to shoot it. Karen, we got birds working. You just put your gun up here. Tell me when. I was like, all right, when they call the shot, shoot the one on the ground. God, I'm not letting it get away.
Yeah. No, that was not good. Yes.
All right. So rewind me. Did I?
It took me a second. It was our trip that we just had is what you were talking about, the Canada goose.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said our anniversary, we go up, we're up there for every anniversary.
Oh. Well, this year we're not going to be.
No.
All right. Rewind me. Did I cover? Because I had these great ideas, but to the actual result sometimes gets lost. Did I say everything about Scoter that I wanted to say? Do you think? Let's rewind real quick. This takes 3 years to become 100. Drake's 3 years to become 100%. This year's bird, Henner Drake, has a white belly, for the lack of a better word, a buff white, a dirty white belly. Does not have all its tail feathers, and may show some. The Drakes may show some. What are you looking at?
Ren.
The Drakes may show some sign of bill color in them. So,
Yes.
yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Scoter, you're definitely, very well educated, unofficially, on those birds and how to identify them. What gets me with you, and obviously you've been doing it for years.
Well, I
and
bet
years
there's
and
lots
years.
of things that get you with me.
Yeah, but that
Yes.
he can tell you what kind of bird it is way before I can my eyes are not great either, but it's just a black dot. And you can say, well, that's a, whatever.
Yesterday with no sun, so basically we had no issue getting our common Scoter. And someone needed a Drake surf. Mm-hmm. And basically we're coming down where they can't shoot any more birds because they've shot, as from limits, they've shot their birds. So now they're, need to be very choosy. And yesterday, if you go back and watch some of the video, reels on Instagram, maybe I'll put a couple on YouTube. I struggled a little bit because the light was not good. But what I struggled with was I didn't want to tell them to shoot something authoritatively. That's a Drake Scoter, or
Right.
That's a Drake surf, and then come back and like, oh, it's not a Drake surf.
Yeah.
So it was like that was my challenge. There was one bird to shoot. So anyway,
Well, it's kind of, I think that's what makes it a good guide, is to be able to identify the birds correctly, quickly, and from a fair distance to be able to line it up.
so I have not posted this one up yet. Here comes the last bunch. Common Scoter Drake's whistle. So they're coming at us and they're going. I'm like, and we've already talked about this, so they know too that there's common Scoter. It's like, all right, let's see if there's a surf in here. And sure enough, the two of them came over. It was a Hen and Drake surf. Really, the rest of the commons kind of went past us. The Drake and Hen and Drake are over the decoys, like third bird, whatever I said. I think it was a third bird, and they did connect with it, and we got it, so it was a good thing.
Are you going to talk about what was shot yesterday by someone else?
The boat ahead of us, north of us, shot a banded surf Scoter that was banded in 2004.
That's crazy.
That's an old Drake. It was a Drake too. That was old Drake.
Yeah, that is.
And I back and forth. When I was with Randy Drago, Codfather Guide Service, the first day. Did I feel bad? I don't know. The hen I shot, because we didn't get a whole lot to shoot, and here comes this hen. I'm like, I'm shooting this bird. I had a band on it 17 years, from Nova Scotia to Massachusetts. I'm like, damn.
So cool.
Like, I killed that thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of killing stuff, we headed to Greenland.
I was going to bring that up.
Okay, do it.
Yeah, no, Jeff has mentioned, well, I guess two places that he really wants to go. One is Mexico.
100%.
And the other.
Can I say safely?
In Mexico?
Yeah. I don't want to get. What'd you just shrug your shoulders for?
Well, we'll take some good recommendations, right? We'll
Yeah.
be safe. Going to Mexico I'm not concerned about where we're going. There's some places that I would be concerned, but.
All right. I don't want to offend anybody from Mexico, but.
Well,
I was talking with someone, Mr. Jeff, because I said, hey, man, I don't want to insult you, but how safe is this? Oh, Mr. Jeff, if I come to Ocean City, can you guarantee my safety there? Mm-hmm. I didn't tell him, but you know what I said in my mind? Yeah, dude, you're coming to Ocean City, Maryland. So I'm not going to BMF, Mexico.
Mm. Yeah. No, you're right. You can't guarantee anyone's safety for sure.
All right, you talk. I'll stop.
But, yeah, so Mexico, yes, want to go, please, let's do it. And the other one, he's talked about for two places. Alaska for sure.
Which COVID messed us up that we did not get to go.
Yeah, yes.
'Cause we were
had it all planned.
We were slated to go to St. Paul again.
Yeah.
So you could. I've been there once.
Yeah.
So you could experience.
I want to go to Alaska so bad.
Yeah,
And-
but again, St. Paul's not. I don't think it's the trip you're thinking
Yeah,
it is.
but we're still going to Alaska.
Okay, agreed.
Want to go
agreed,
to Alaska.
agreed.
And then the other place is Greenland. So we're
Via
kind of
Iceland.
Yeah, via Iceland. So yeah, I think Greenland's kind of moving more to the top of the list.
Yeah.
It would be really cool.
Specific. Well, actually, Mexico and Greenland, they're after our season is over here.
Right.
So much easier. I'm not losing anything there. Yeah, no. It's. I think it would just be a cool trip all the way around. Past couple trips in my boat, the world's largest duck boat. We've talked about that because. So here, money's money. As my best recollection in 2009, it took me about 13 hours to get to Anchorage, Alaska, from Baltimore.
Yeah.
We're to Iceland in 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
And
Do
they
we
have
have
hot pools there.
They do. Do we have to take a plane from Iceland to Greenland? Yes, we do. But still, like it's that's part of the adventure of right.
Yeah, because, I love adventures. Yeah, I want to do it.
All right.
I don't care. I just want to go anyway.
Does anyone want to go with us? Geoff, you going to Greenland with us?
Yeah.
I tell you that
And Ben maybe.
if 100%. If we put it together, like I'm thinking the past couple of days in the boat, like they've been yeah. When are you going? When you want to go?
Yeah, I'm thinking what's debt? Let's just get in more debt and crash in all our credit cards and go do it.
Well, I loved
So we're not getting any younger.
I loved your comment to me this morning. Let's do it now.
Let's just do it. Like, I'll stress about it, I'm sure, money-wise, but yeah, not getting any younger. Like,
I do need to get my back fixed.
yes. Yeah, this is 2024 is fix Jeff's back year.
Somebody cut my back open can't hurt that bad, right?
Not with good drugs.
Yeah. All right. I don't like hospitals and stuff, but I would go get my back done if they could say, hey,
If they say that's going to fix it.
yeah, if it fixes it, 100%. Yeah, let's do
But
it.
we're
Now.
going to lose weight.
I got to shave my back a little bit too. I got that little hair. I
Your
don't have much
fuzzy
hair on
patch.
me, but I do, right? I have to get that thing
Yeah.
shaved.
I can shave that for you beforehand.
I was in the shower this morning. I am not a hairy person. No. Am I?
No.
How do I?
No.
Does this beard look good or does it look straggly?
It's straggly. It's always been straggly.
Yeah, because I'm not hairy.
No, you're not. No, there's some guys that are like, holy heck.
What's going to happen this week?
Yes, I'm
For
so
those
excited.
not on YouTube, what am I doing?
Oh, thank the Lord he's going to get that mop cut on his head.
I think Tuesday or Wednesday I'm going to run. Actually, I think they're closed Mondays anyway during the winter, so maybe Wednesday will be a good day. Run over.
Yeah, so he's not going to look like he has one of those visors with hair growing out of it.
So, we shop at Food Line. Went to Harris Teeter for Christmas. I'm in self-checkout because I love self-checkout. And this nice woman comes back. She says, "Did you used to shop at Food Line?" I said, "Yeah, Southgate, Ocean Mine." She says, "There was a guy that came in." She said, "I'd always ask him, is that one of those hats that has hair out of it? Or is that your real hair?" I said, she said, "That's you." I said, "Yep. How you doing?"
Yep. No, it's real. It needs to be trimmed.
All right, what's getting cut? I think it's more than trim because it'll grow fast.
Do it.
Yeah, I just need to. We got a Harrisburg show coming up, and it'll be good. You have anything else in there you want to?
Sex and age determination. Whole chapter on it.
It's a good book. I'm telling you. I will repeat the ducks, geese, and swan of North America.
There's a cloaca.
Yep, there you
talk
go.
About
yep.
Where
Oh, you'll
it's
start
placed.
sexing them, won't you?
Yeah, I
Yep.
probably will
Yep.
actually.
Rip that junk open.
Yeah, it would be a good learning
100%.
experience.
Till a big old penis pops out at you. What is the only animal that?
Relatively
Huh?
speaking. I said big, relatively speaking.
What is the only animal that loses its penis every year, and or the length of the penis is only what's the word I want to use? Only come on, help me, Karen.
I don't know.
Not inhibited. It is basically a duck's penis. The amount of competition it has determines the length of it.
Okay.
How long is a
didn't know
duck's
that.
penis?
I don't see.
7,
that here
8
quickly.
inches long. How long is a duck?
Good Lord.
Yeah, but it falls off too.
Let's see.
You reading about it?
Something about, hang on. Species that
It's a good book.
assumed during their first generation. In some young males, all species of juvenile penis persists until April or May, but after the end of December, the penis is not a reliable criterion of age in all individuals of the species.
Doesn't say it falls off?
No.
It does. I don't know from experience, but that's what
You ever
I'm
seen
told.
one just sitting there?
Nope, never seen a duck penis just floating along. No, if it's wintertime, they still have it. They haven't made it yet. If we were out and about in May or April, May, maybe we would see a duck penis floating. Of course, well, we are
I think
out.
it was some worm in the ocean.
Well, that's what it looked like. We are out in April or May, but just not where the ducks are anymore. All right, is this enough?
Yep.
If we rambled enough.
Deteriorated duck penises.
This is the Pit Boss Podcast, brought to you by our very good friends at Molly's Place Sporting Goods. MyMolly's.com. Check them out. Evidently, at the moment, they are sold out of the Dirty Duck Coffee, Pit Boss's. It's the Molly's exclusive Dirty Duck Coffee, Pit Boss's Duck Boat Dark. DirtyDuckCoffee.com. Steve Hoover. I'm going to see Steve come February.
I won't again.
Well, we could see if we can get you up there. Maybe. Nah, probably not. Oh, well, I'm going to go off on a tangent. Nope, we'll finish that for afterwards. So hang tight for the tangent. DuckWaterBoats.com, New Philadelphia, Ohio. Next up, Crabs to Go. CrabsToGo.com, easily found on the corner of Route 50 and Route 589 in West Ocean. It's Berlin, Maryland. Next up, GunnerKennels.com, man's best kennel, Gunner.com, which we're going to be using those bad boys here.
Yeah, Dookie
nonstop.
was torturing his the other day.
Yeah. Next up, Duck Blind Bistro. I had a guy the other day. He just said, "All I want is a biscuit, man. Can you make me a biscuit?" And I made him a biscuit.
Yep.
Now I came back to the ramp because it was going to blow its ass rear end off, and came back to the ramp and we did that. So
Yeah, done in 8 minutes.
yeah. Lastly, but not least, well, there's two other ones, but turtlebox.com. Our friends at Turtlebox, thank you very much. Whaleyville Wagon Tails. You have a webpage?
WhaleyvilleWagonTales.com links to the Facebook page.
So the URL takes you to Facebook.
Yes.
All right. And then Pitboss Waterfowl. Pitbosswaterfowl.com. I think we're 15 days booked for the 60 next year. It's been been very busy with emails recently. So.
Yep.
And thankfully, nobody really wanting to go now. They're all asking for next season, so that's
Awesome.
a good thing. All right, love, my tangent. I think I just saw a wren go by.
Yeah, he's
the
busy.
tangent on Gunner Kennels is what's update us on the status of the Rye Dog.
The Rye Dog. So the Rye Dog is our intact black lab.
Does she got the demons in her?
We hope so. She was mated.
Tied.
She was mated and she
Inseminated.
she tied.
Inseminated?
We did an AI, a fresh AI on the second mating.
Love, how fresh was it?
As fresh as it gets, going from one body to the other. But yeah, we kind of, I don't know, I'm feeding her more, so I don't know if she's just looking bigger because she's getting fed too much. Or...
I keep telling her every morning in the dark, I love on her, tell her she's going to be a great mom, and I say, you're going to enjoy the cottage cheese. Just wait a little bit.
Yeah, well, she's getting it now. That's probably why she's looking fat. But yeah, hopefully, Rye Dog will be whelping some pups at the end of February. Fingers crossed. We really, really, really hope so.
I hope so too. My
want some of
hands
their
are like,
puppies. Yeah.
what are they, inflamed?
Yes.
My hands feel a little tight. All right, love, onward and upward. I don't know, what time is it? We need to get inside because I'm going to get this edited, but we're about to kick off the last NFL Sunday during the regular season. It is.
We might have to get shrimp tomorrow.
That's what I was thinking. Tomorrow?
Yeah. Don't they do it on Mondays too?
Love, there's not a game tomorrow.
I know, but they still do it on Monday. Doesn't matter. I can eat shrimp on a Monday with no football.
I think you're going to have to wait till next week.
Oh, good.
Wild
Lord.
card weekend.
All right.
All right. I've said after we get through the Super Bowl, we're gonna crack down.
Yep, on calories.
Yeah, it'll fall off less easy.
Yeah, because we're going to be doing more splurging when our friends arrive from Canada.
100%. All right. Any last words, thoughts, comments, questions?
Nope.
What do you got?
I'm just glad that you're having a reasonably good season. Mother Nature's played mostly nice with you, but we could really use some snow.
I thought yesterday as we sat in the afternoon, especially, like I even asked you one time, I was like, "Is that snow?"
Yeah, sleet.
The snow
yeah.
is. I can't say it was close, but Western Shore got snow.
Yeah, we need some snow. The Scoter dog needs to experience some snow.
The PBHQ snow happened. I can remember the video
That was so much fun.
was like late. Oh, you're thinking about that one.
That was
That was pretty intense. That was the year before we built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was shut down here.
Yeah,
It was
but
cool.
last year it was like late February, and finally, because I'm looking at the flagpole, I can remember taking a quick video. I was like, it's finally snowing.
Yep.
It was just flurries.
Yeah. Now we need a couple of feet. That would be good.
All right, love. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you very much.
Love you.
Yeah. We'll catch up maybe this week on Tuesday, Wednesday. We can get a couple more of these. Maybe we'll have a guest. That's what I'm predicting.
Okay. That would
Don't
be
know
fun.
who the guest is going to be, but we will have a guest come this
That
week.
would be good.
All right. I appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in. Thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, follow, thumbs up, share, all that kind of good stuff. If you're listening on any of the podcast platforms, please do the same. Thank you very much. As always, thinking of you, we are.
Cheers.